Hey everybody, long time no see. It is Geek. It's been a while. I've been busy with some work stuff, spending time with the family, taking care of some medical issues with my neck and my shoulder. That took a little bit of priority. I do still read all the comments that come in on my videos, even though I'm not that big of a streamer or anything like that, or a content creator. I do try to keep up with them, and I caught one today where someone was asking where I was at. They wanted to see something. Kind of hit home, so I decided I need to at least make a video about where I've been, what I'm doing, and why I'm not playing Destiny at all, and why I don't feel comfortable commenting on Destiny, because I think I'm done. With that overall. Before I move on to commentaries and everything else, I'm going to qualify something here. Yes, I'm an older gamer. I love gaming. I grew up on gaming. I played gaming since gaming was in its infancy in its digital realm. So for those that are calling me a boomer and hating on it, you know what? I'm old enough. I don't really care about your name calling or any of that other stuff. If you don't want to actively participate in a conversation, contribute some intellectual perspectives that actually contribute to the thought, then that becomes, you're just an immature troll, and your comments just fall to the side because none of us really care. Those of us that approach content creation and gaming with a passion and perspectives on it are going to always look at trolls as just that. Anyways, the reason I stopped playing, and this is where I'm going to get the hate and why I forward said what I did, is I think Bungie has no respect for its player base anymore. They've continued to show no respect, and I got tired of it. They wanted me to spend hundreds of dollars to play a game that they try to turn in pimp as a free-to-play game, which is not a free-to-play. A lot of people have already proven that. I don't have to have a video or anybody to tell me that. I have a 10-year-old son that has tried to play this game. All my expansions are on PC. Since they went cross-platform and moved to PC, and my son does not have any of that stuff on the Xbox that he plays on. And he gets really frustrated because I won't buy the expansions. I'm not going to waste any more money on Bungie at all. And so I can tell you for a fact it's not free to play. You can do certain things, but that's it. But initially I had purchased Lightfall, and then I got a refund on it, and then somebody, Eric, thank you, purchased it for me. And we've had some conversations offline, but wanted me to do a review on it, and decided I honestly couldn't give a good review without being really, really toxic, because Bungie did not disappoint in what they delivered. Day one, I tried to play the game off and on for 3 or 4 hours. Multiple crashes. Initially, I thought it was because I couldn't handle the GPU, so I tried on a different gaming system, same issues. So I decided, hey, look, maybe I'll just take the season off, the first season. I was not overly impressed with the Strand. Look, I'm Spider-Man. The abilities were under par, and from the streams that I still hang out in and watch, not a lot of people are using Strand to accomplish the game stuff. So I think the Strand has a long ways to go before it's ready. So yeah, I decided to not play it for the entirety of that season and then come back and try the new season of the Deep. I was really happy. Ooh, we're going to go underwater. We're going to get to see more of Titan. We're going to get all this stuff. I was really disappointed in the lack of underwater mechanics. The fact I was like, oh, we could have gotten at least an underwater sparrow. We could tool around in, done more explorations. They obviously took the time to give us the ability to move around a little bit underwater. They could have expanded that better. That's just me. Instead, they gave us a gimmick to get us to play the game, and then there was tons of bugs. So anyways, I log into day one of the Deep, and I start playing, and then I get bugged, and I can't complete the campaign because it's a bug. And even I think Glad had the issue, and several streamers and several other players had the problem. They couldn't do it. They had to wait again and again and again. There was the emblem stuff, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. I don't care anymore. At that point, I uninstalled Destiny from my main system. It is installed on one system still, and I log into it when Easy Claps messaged me and says, hey, if you're not logged in, we're going to kick you out of the clan. So I log in, get the time in, 15, 20 minutes in there, just hanging out, chatting with people, running around, seeing if there's anything that has changed inside the game from destinations. Very, very underwhelming. And then I log out until Easy messages me again to say, hey, look, yeah. Will I return to the game? I have no idea. At this point, it's not on the horizon for me. I have no desires to play it. I think Bungie has made it apparently clear they don't care for their consumer. Eli or Wastikles did a great video. I'll put these all in the description below. He did a good commentary. He was talking about what they were talking, that Bungie doesn't care if they get negative commentary or positive commentary. It's still going to help their bottom line. People say, is it really that bad? I got to go check it out. Da-da-da-da-da. But so there's I can't handle it. They want to push. You got to buy the game. You got to buy the DLC. You got to buy the season pass. You've got to buy this. You've got to go to Eververse. You have to do all of this stuff if you want to do anything. But we're still going to provide you with unstable servers. We're going to provide you with crashes, lost progression, lockouts. We're going to continuously nerf your weapons because some of the people are bitching and moaning about being this, needing to be overpowered, or PvP not having enough love and support for it. I don't even mess with PvP because I don't know it. That's why it gives me a lot of stress to think I don't even want to speculate on the condition or release of Marathon or how much microtransactions will be in that one. All of a sudden, my feeds that very, very rarely pop up with Destiny 2 anymore. But a lot of the content creators that I have a passion for, Swestical, CB, Frost, Glad has always been a variety streamer. Grenader Jake, I've always watched his stuff because he's pretty chill. When I see them getting really frustrated with the game overall, right? You know, I get really worried. But they started popping up because they were doing Diablo 4. So a lot of these content creators, not a lot of them on right now because of the daytime. I'm doing this during lunch break. You know, we're doing anything other than Destiny 2. Clyde's still on there. Clyde's always going to be diehard on Destiny 2 till something changes. But you have people like Sweats playing Destiny, Diablo 4, and I think he was playing Only Up. And you have Grenader Jake. For those of you that don't know, he does a lot of PvP inside of Destiny 2, but he came out, and you know the cheats are so bad in PvP, and the lack of support, and everything. But he's going to start expanding us. So he's been trying Diablo 4. I think he's been doing a couple other games. So if you look at those things and you go look at all these content creators, they're expanding out. That are used to be dependent upon Destiny 2 are no longer just Destiny 2 streamers. And that's, I would hope would be an eye opener. But again, as like Swesticle said in his video, they don't care because, yeah, you know, they still have a healthy player base. They don't care if it's consistent, static, 100%, 100%, or 100,000 players at a time, or 200,000. As long as people are coming back once or twice a week, as long as people are spending the money, they're going to pay the money on the DLC. They're coming out ahead. I think at some point you have to realize as a business, I miss back in the old day where you left a legacy in your gaming market. We talk about, say, the original Final Fantasy games and what they were. We talk about Zelda and their impact and how well they're received. And we talk about it when you talk about those games, you're like, oh, these are graphically amazing. They tell a great story. Destiny itself, Destiny 1, you think about that, but all of a sudden you think about what's going on now, and you think about when I have conversations with people, it's not about the game, which has really great potential and told somewhat of a story, but has many open loops and never finishes what it starts. Crashes come up, transactions. I mean, you had Frostbolt commenting on Astacross's video, here about microtransaction hell, which he's not wrong in. As I said before, you got Eververse, you got to buy the game, you got to buy the DLCs, you got the season pass, you got this currency, you got silver, all these different things that are coming into play. It's kind of ruining the game, just like other ones you had. Then you had Paul Tassie's had a video on what people are mad about. It's okay. I don't always agree with Paul Tassie. I would love to have a good on-one conversation with him. I do subscribe to him. I do show him some respect. So he's one of the few journalists that I actually follow. But when you have people like Asmongold, who started making commentary, and Asmongold did a video a month ago that was sent to me on microtransactions killing the game. I found that one really good. He did a commentary on this. I don't subscribe to Asmongold anymore. He does more reactionary videos than what he used to do, which made him really good as a gamer. I'd much rather follow the content creator, the original author of the content, and watch their video, get it from them firsthand, other than reactionary video. This one though was, even though it was an hour long, was worth watching. Again, I'll put all the links down below. You go look at their Bungie help page. Go check their forums. It's a crap show. It really is. You can see I don't even follow the game anymore. The Destiny, the game, I do follow the help just because I like to see what they say. They don't work on the weekends, but brothers and sisters, they work on the weekends. I'm telling you, they work on the weekends. They lost a lot of respect from in-game raiders, content players, because, you know, a lot of us have to actually work, and we don't want to waste our personal time off or PTO or vacation time just to play a day one raid that is still going to have errors. They're still going to have crashes, which you can't show me a day one raid that hasn't had one recently. So it's rather a waste in my book. I'm just, yeah. So that's where I've been. There's a lot of things coming out. People are like, well, what are you going to be doing? If you're not doing Destiny 2, I have built my new rig. It's a 7950 X3D with the 4090 in it. Both of the processor and the GPU are liquid cooled. I had to get a power modification to the motherboard for my USB header because I needed more power for the USB headers for how I've set it up. It is an AI mic. It's not an AI. It's going to be a streaming rig. I might use it for a game to do some testing, but it's primarily used right now is for my certifications I've been working on and some programs I've been working on surrounding OpenAI and AI specifically for content generation and data mining, as far as what's going on in the realms and what's going on in tech and gaming and all that stuff. And it's rather intensive. So I will be doing separate stuff on that one. People don't understand the consumer level. We don't really have good hardware, and even on a commercial level as of yet, for supporting AI, you're going to see GPUs coming out that are specific for AI, not for gaming, and that might cross over or help us move advanced into virtual gaming more, because the VRs right now are kind of limiting. So the hardware needs to advance more, but until then, so when I do run AI applications, it is even on a 7950X3D with a 4090 and 64 gigs of RAM and a ton of M2 space. It's brutal. It can do, because our current hardware might take advantage of 60% or so. But so I'm working on that one. I have plenty of games coming out. I've been playing Diablo IV. I'm still old school. I love games where if I spend $1, I want an estimated hour of gameplay. With Diablo 4, I've more than well exceeded that one. There's a lot to do, a lot of different leveling. I like the grinding. I need Activision Blizzard needs to stabilize its nerfing to XP farms and some gear. They've got it all pretty much out there. The game, for the most part, has been really stable and really fun to play. They've had some stuff to fix. They've realized that they've went from one extreme to the other because of people complaining, that they've had to resolve that, and it's done okay. But, you know, overall, time spent has been pretty good. I did Final Fantasy 16, loved the game, hated the 10-hour, 20-hour, I think 10, 12 hours of cutscenes. I wanted more gameplay, less. Some of the controls felt very forced. Like when you go to open a heavy gate or something, you have to press X and then you have to automatically switch to the R2 trigger to open it, to make it simulate like you're really pushing on the gate. Really not needed. The game needed about 10 more hours of story, campaign, actual mechanical combat, doing stuff. I spent about 35 hours to beat the game. I give it a 7 out of 10. Storytelling was good. Graphics and the cutscenes were great, but it just wasn't enough game to justify an $80 price tag. In my book, however, since there are multiple people in my family, since I was able to play it and now my son is playing it, will I get my money's worth out of it? Yes, I think I will. But so we have Diablo IV. I played Dredge, beat that game. It was a fantastic game. It's on sale right now, I think, on Steam for $20. Normally $24.99. If you haven't played it, it's a fishing game, like a horror fishing game with the story to it. Not super long, 20 some odd hours of gameplay. Well worth the time spent. Fantastic game. Did that one. We've got I don't know what we have coming out in July, but in August we have Atlas Fallen, and we have Immortals of Aveum. Both of those games I'm interested in. I'm looking forward to trying those out. I don't know if they're going to be successful or not, but at least if they do well, it'll give me something to play. We also have Armored Core 6 coming out in August. I'm super excited for that one. I played every version of Armored Core since the release, so I am going to be playing that one. In September, we have Starfield, and people are like, oh no, it's Starfield, another hype boy. Like, they pushed it back. What we've seen and the improvements and the changes they've made to it looks phenomenal. It's coming to the X Pass, which I have, so I don't have to waste my money on it unless I want to. I will be able to go out and play it and enjoy it and see if it's something I want to invest in. Yes, there's a pre-order for it. Yes, you have some pretty cool stuff that you get if you pre-order it. But I'm skeptical, so, hey, I still have the ability to go play it and not waste any money on it, which is what the X Pass is there for. Okay. Like, if Final Fantasy 16 would have come to a Sony Pass, I think it would have received a lot better reviews than it has, because it's been getting bombed. In October, we have Lords of Fallen, which I think is like a medieval version-esque riffed off of a little bit of Destiny, but I'm looking forward to that one. We have Spider-Man 2. We have Wayfinder, which I did the beta for. I actually like Wayfinder a little bit more than Destiny right now. You also have the new Assassin's Creed, I believe, is coming out in October. We have Stalker 2 in December. We have Palworld coming out in January, which my son's excited for, my daughter's excited for. We're going to play that together. We have a first Descendant beta, the second beta that's going to come out sometime at the end of this year, across all platforms. We'll be able to see the characters they've changed, the grappling methods they've changed, the mechanics of the gunplay. They've been open about it. You have to go watch the videos. They're in a different language, but that's okay. So I'm looking forward to see what happens. But that game's going to be free to play with transactions. Free to play. You don't pay for the game. You don't pay for the downloads. You pay for the transactions. That's where you're going to get it. Big, huge difference. You also have coming out next year, we have the DUNE MMO. We have Blue Protocol coming out. It was pushed out from this year to next. We have Granblue Fantasy RELINK coming out. We have Nightingale looking out. I'm not a big survival game person, but Nightingale does look good to me, which is weird because I've never really thought much about them. We have Avowed sometime next year, maybe. So there's lots of stuff coming out, and there's a lot of stuff coming out in 2025 from various studios. So where before I think Destiny for me was something I would go play because there was nothing else to play, there's a lot of different options for me to go do now and play. And so I don't really have a reason to keep it installed until they do something major to bring back my patronage. Anyways, hopefully between that and everything, y'all know where I've been. Not that most of you care. I'm a little bitty pot drop in the pond. I will try to get more content out there, back in that rhythm. Again, exploring and branching out. Let me know what games you're going to be playing. Let me know what you would like to see, or what your thoughts are. Not just with Destiny, because there's a lot of studios doing the same greedy mechanic that Bungie's doing. At the end of the day, they got to make $1. But I think sacrificing your gamer base, your loyal base, consumer base, is not the way to do it. I mean, look at what Twitch did to their content creators. Now you got a big bunch of them that went over to Kick. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, we'll come out with something on that one in comments and thoughts. But anyways, I hope everyone has a great day. I will catch you all in game. Stay safe. Hit me up on Twitter, comments, or Discord. Stay safe out there.